Hi everybody, and this is a video made for our American Girl Afternoon program, how to make doll stockings, how to embroider doll stockings. But there are a few skills that you need to learn before you can do that. So some of you might already know how to sew and some of you might not. So if you don't know how to sew, these are a couple videos to show you the basic skills that you need to get started. So the very first thing I'm going to show you how to do is how to thread a needle. It's the very first thing you have to do before you hand sew anything. We are not using a sewing machine for this because not everybody has a sewing machine at home, and I always get into fights with the sewing machine. It's not great. So this is your needle. I tried to use a bigger one so that you can see. I'll even try to hold it up. As you can tell, it's tiny. It's, not very big. It won't even focus on it on the camera. So this is your needle, and the eye of your needle is at the top. It's the open space, and I can't even get that close enough for you so that you can see it and it will focus. It's just not going to happen. So the eye of the needle is the little open part, and that's where the thread goes through. So your first thing, you get your needle out. I'm going to put mine down on the table so I can do the next part. The next is you're going to get your string, and you're going to cut off a piece that's, as big or as long as you want it to be, you want it to use. So then you cut it off of the spool with scissors. And then the next thing you have to do is get this through the eye of the needle. The bigger the eye of the needle, the easier it is to do. The smaller the eye of the needle, the harder it is to do. I am so glad I was able to do that on camera. Sometimes it takes me 15, 16 tries to get it through. But you'll see now that the thread is through the eye of the needle. The needle is all suspended in the air here because it's on the thread. And then what you do after you've gotten it through, you'll see how I have two sides to this here. I have one side and the other side. You pull them so that they're even at the top, or as close to even as you can get, with the needle on one end, the open side on the other end. And then you have to make a knot at the top here. So what I normally do is I wrap it around a finger, normally my pointer finger, so I can make a loop. Then I slide the two ends through my loop and pull it tight and make a knot. I like to try to double knot mine, but it's hard because you can't always get your second knot in the same spot as your first knot. And look, I was able to do it again. This is good luck today. So that is how you thread your needle. It's easy, but if you're having a hard time with it, especially the putting it through the eye of the needle part, you might want to ask a grown-up for help. Stay tuned for the next video because I'm going to show you how to do the running stitch or the cross stitch or the whip stitch, depending on which video you watch next.